Welcome to Episode 3 of Discover Ocala, presented by Showcase Properties of Central Florida. I'm Valerie Dailey, the presenter for this podcast. In Episode 3, we visit with Patricia Sokol and her daughter Katherine, Kat, of Katya Vineyards, and Showcase Realtor Jody Micilcavage. It's great to see you all today. We're here with Jody Micilcavage, who is an agent with Showcase Properties, and her good friends, Patricia Sokol and Katherine Deras from Katya Vineyards.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we want to let everybody know how wonderful your restaurant is here in Ocala. It's such a special place to come and eat, enjoy friends, good food, good wine. And so we want to tell people a little bit about how it came about. So give us a little history, Patricia.
Okay, well, we came to Ocala because it's a beautiful place and a wonderful place to raise a child, Katherine. Back in 2000, David was called here. He's an ordained Anglican priest and was called to a church here. So that's how we discovered Ocala that way. But then it just kind of it's an amazing place, and it grows on you, and the people are wonderful. And David has always had a love of wine and wanted to have a vineyard, and so we kind of started doing that. We found some lovely farmland. It's so quiet and peaceful right outside of Ocala, and he planted a vineyard. He has made wine, and then we have a passion for food. And then we said to Katherine, what do you think about coming? She said, well, why not?
Well, I remember when I was in Florida State, and I was visiting in like October of, 2010? I don't remember, around that time. And, they're starting to retire, and they're like, we want to, Dad goes, what do you think about having a vineyard? And of course, my like 20-something self was like, free wine, this is going to be great. No, that's not how it works. Like you have to, like we put on our hands and knees, planted all the vines. So don't get a manicure that week. But it was just this, we didn't know what we were getting into, but it's become this amazing thing. And so when we opened our tasting room, because vines take a long time, so 7 years later we have wine to sell, so we opened a tasting room in downtown. And we started with wine and cheese, and then we met my now husband, who became eventually the executive chef of what is now Katya Vineyards. Well, it was Katya Vineyards, but sort of the fine dining restaurant. Yes. So we didn't mean for it to be this, but here we are. So
it just sort of developed.
It happened on its own. It was a great adventure. It's like a movie.
Because when Tony came to us, he has such an amazing passion for food and such creativity. He's a genius when it comes to plating and flavor profiles and putting flavors together. And it gave him an opportunity to grow and it challenged him to actually try new things. And
it's a special challenge because when we didn't open as a restaurant, we just cheese. So our kitchen was 6 foot by 3 foot. And, when we agreed to this, Tony and I went to Walmart and we got a hot plate and 2 toaster ovens. And that's how we started Katya Vineyards, the fine dining aspect of it. And so we always joke, well, a year later we expanded the kitchen another 3 feet. So, hooray. And we thought it was the coolest thing. We were so excited, and we'd always joke it's smaller than a food truck, his kitchen now. So now we're moving to the next process of getting a beautiful space and an actual kitchen you can stick your arms out and twirl around in and not have to smack somebody, So.
Will that be in the same location?
No, ma'am. It's going to be across the street.
Yes,
so we're staying in downtown Ocala. We're not leaving downtown Ocala.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
We love Ocala, so that's perfect.
We can't leave.
And then because he will have a real kitchen, not just the induction
Induction burner. So yeah, we don't
Burners.
have any fire. There's no grill.
So
There's
he does
nothing.
all his wonderful things
So that
on.
creativity comes in very well. So he's excited. So now he's all these ideas, and he wakes me up at 3 a.m. along with our newborn, and I take care of the newborn and I lock him out of the room. But so he's, the whole family is very excited, and alongside that, my father, who is not only the winemaker, he probably has enough knowledge to be a master somm. He just never took his exam. He's brilliant in that regard. Very much a researcher. He has an internationally acclaimed award-winning wine list of over 300 labels, including 7 of his very own. So we have a lot of wine to put in more places. So it's quite a family experience, and then Mom and I just make sure everyone, doesn't catch fire and the taxes are paid. So
We do that
we
part.
take care of the 2 men.
What Katherine hasn't told you is that they are both studying to be sommeliers. So they will be the only father-daughter team in Ocala once they get to that point. We had to put it on hold a little bit with the baby coming. So it'll probably be next spring.
I was able to defer it till December. I take my exam again. So it was thankfully the head of the educational department of who is accredited the test was a female. She goes, "Oh, absolutely, no problem." I
can't taste any wine.
I was about a month into my studying, and I went, "Uh-oh." So that worked out fine.
Oh, good.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
It's
awesome.
really super.
Good.
So we're really excited about everything that's happening in
Wow.
Ocala.
It sounds like you're growing.
Yes.
Oh, exponentially, yes.
Good.
We are blessed with wonderful patrons, with patrons who come on a regular basis. We have become their place, and it's kind of really nice that they feel comfortable in bringing friends or people who are coming in from out of
Business.
town. Business
A lot of them
meetings.
have become like family. A lot of patrons were at Tony and I's wedding, at our baby shower. It's just everyone kind of is very much. It's a very. Mom always says Cheers. That old TV show.
Yes.
One of my favorites. It's kind of like that, but with sea bass.
and wine.
And wine.
Well, that's what makes Ocala special, though, isn't it?
It is.
It
It
is.
is that,
The
that
friendliness.
small town, very much of a family sort of community, especially in downtown.
Yes.
And that goes for all the businesses in downtown. It's not like a cutthroat kind of area. All the businesses look after each other. And so it's a very big community down there that everyone lifts up each other, because we're like, if we're all doing good, that means more business for everybody. And everyone kind of just inherently understands that. And it is so amazing, because you don't find that often.
No.
So it's very special about Ocala.
Well, Jody, you're the one that actually introduced us to the Sokols. How did you all meet?
Through the Ocala Royal Dames for Cancer Research, which
Yes.
Patricia is our president.
Yes, it's an amazing organization, and Jody has been a long-time member. I get to wear my crown pin because I've been at least 10 years as a Grand Dame. But this organization raises money for cancer research, and cancer touches everybody. So it's kind of something that we feel very proud of. And it was originally founded by Mrs. Castro, and she wanted to look at the front end, the research. How do you find a cure for cancer, not just the treatment and taking care of people? So all of our money and our charter is to fund research. And we have done amazing things. We've raised over $4 million in the 30-some years that we've been in existence. We fund the initial bench work, the beginning research. So our initial funding has it developed in Moffat. We funded Sherry Pilon Thomas, Dr. Thomas, and she has now, in that lab, they are the ones that created Keytruda, which everybody hears about because it's advertised, and it's used originally for melanoma cancer, but now it's used for 26 other cancers. It's just incredible. So we feel very, very excited and proud, and we're just a little group of ladies that believe in it.
Yeah, the amazing thing is that there's no overhead. It's all complete volunteer. So all the funds go to the research, and they do local. So it's through UF in Gainesville and Moffat in Tampa. So they, the money's not going, you don't know where there is a very specific purpose for it, and it's changing changing. It's making changes. So that's what's really nice about the Dames. Yeah. And they can throw a great party.
Well, I've heard that you can throw great parties at the restaurant as well.
Don't know what you're talking about. Yes, ma'am, that's true.
One of our other agents told me the other day that they made reservations to come to your restaurant, and you asked if it was a special occasion, and it was their anniversary.
Oh.
And when they got there, you had roses on the table for them and hearts, and it was that made them feel very, very special.
Yes, ma'am. We try to do a handwritten. My mom always taught me a handwritten note always goes very, very far, especially in this day and age with technology. And we have a lot of teenagers that work for us, whatever their first job, and they're relearning how to write cursive. And I was like, you don't know how to write cursive? That's okay. That's fine. But anyway, so I digress. But it's we try to do that handwritten note. That we know what their names are, how many years, and it's just it's a nice touch. So you feel like you are paid attention to. We do actually care very, very much. So that's kind of what it is. And everyone deserves sparkles on their special day.
Well, we always tell them too if it's their birthday because they're hesitant. I said, we don't sing.
You don't want us to sing.
Yeah, you certainly don't want Chef to sing.
He thinks he can. We don't tell him.
So we just put a card on the table instead. Right.
Well, that's great. Is there something that you want to tell people that we haven't mentioned today?
I think people should come to Downtown Ocala. There is, it's changing and evolving, but it has a special, just a feeling with the gazebo. It's kind of, and especially at Christmas time, it's like stepping back in time into a fantasy world with all the white lights. And I'm thinking that maybe we could ask the mayor to leave the white lights up all year round. I love them.
She's like, excuse me.
Can we do that? But it's it's becoming more of a walking around place where you can enjoy, and then just a special place to come to and feel safe.
It is.
I think that's very important.
There's a
we
lot
really
of yes.
appreciate that.
There's a lot of growth in downtown, and it's not outside, huge developers. Yes, that does help, but really it's the town itself. It's the community that's here that is investing their money and their small businesses that is making the downtown grow. And that's, I think, what makes it so special. There's all these small places that are putting their money into downtown like we are to make it better. So
And our
it's
mayor
where the
and-
difference is.
And police,
We have a
Ocala
good
police,
support
they're
system,
amazing. So
local, yeah.
they keep everything safe and wonderful. So we don't have to worry about downtown and leaving at night to get into the cars to go home. So we feel really good about that.
Well, you all have made it a very special place, and that's why we love where we live, and we're very happy that you found Ocala and have made it your home.
Thank you. We love it.
Thanks to the team at Katya Vineyards for joining us today and sharing why they love where they live. We will see you next month.
Discover Ocala is presented by Showcase Properties of Central Florida. As an independent brokerage firm for over 2 decades, Showcase Properties has helped customers throughout Central Florida achieve their real estate goals. Showcase Realtors offer expertise in a variety of property types and price points, and their services go beyond just buying and selling. Visit showcaseocala.com to connect with a dedicated local realtor and start your unique real estate journey today. We also want to thank you, the listener, for taking time to discover Ocala with us. We hope you enjoyed this month's episode, and if you did, please consider leaving us a review or rating wherever you're listening, or even telling a friend about us. If you have any questions on other organizations, individuals, or events you'd like to see covered in future episodes, you can get in touch with us directly at Discover Ocala at showcaseocala.com. See you next month.